Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley at sprinkledwithglitter.com. Thanks for joining me today. Today I wanted to pop in and share a quick how-to for the brand new Window Shoppe Pop-Up base dies from Concord and 9th. That is a mouthful. And throughout the month, I did want to share that I will be sharing projects that feature the March 2023 release from Concord and 9th, so stay tuned here. But this video is all about these Window Shoppe pop-up base dies. Now, if you'll remember back in the fall, I shared the Pop-Up Shoppe how-to, and I'll link to that in the upper right-hand corner. This is the Window Shoppe pop-up base dies, and this is very similar to the Pop-Up Shoppe, but this is designed for a horizontal card, and that die set includes everything you need to create your horizontal pop-up shop. Now, in addition to the base dies, there's also the Fashion Shoppe stamp and die set, as well as the Flower Shoppe stamp and die set that you can add on to this base die set to customize this even more. And keep in mind that the Book Shoppe, the Bake Shoppe, even the Pop-Up Shoppe dies, those all will work in the same scale, so you can mix and match any of those that you might already have. Now, here is a look at the dies or the cuts that are created with these die sets. The Pop-Up Shoppe base die is going to be your door, a little bike, some planters, some architectural details, as well as that bistro light set. The Flower Shoppe are all the Flower Shoppe accessories, and the Fashion Shoppe has all these boutique-y kind of fashion things, which I think are fun. Now, the two main pieces of the Window Shoppe pop-up base dies are here, and that is the shop front and the awning die. And I'm going to go ahead and die cut the pieces that I need to show you the assembly of this card. And I'm also creating a landscape A2 size card. So I'm starting out with a piece of cardstock that measures 5.5 by 8.5 inches. I'm scoring that at 4.25 inches, and that creates my horizontal or landscape A2 size card. Now, I've also die cut the shop front from some Concord and 9th sea glass cardstock. I've die cut the awning from some peacock cardstock. And then I've die cut my door from some grapefruit cardstock, and I used the little window inlay for this grapefruit cardstock, and then die cut a solid version of that as well from some white cardstock. And finally, I have a piece of acetate. Now, I like to put acetate behind the windows of my pop-up shop because it gives the shop front a little stability. And so what I'm doing is I'm just flipping this shop front over to the back side. I'm adding some liquid glue around the window, and then I'm popping on that piece of acetate. So that's on the back side of this die cut. Now, because this little door has the windows on it, I like to put a little acetate behind the windows as well on this door, because I think it adds to that like real glass effect. And so I'm just flipping this over on the back side. I have a little scrap of acetate that I'm going to adhere with some liquid glue to the back of that door. And then I'm going to back that with a solid die cut from some white cardstock. And that just makes it look more like it's looking into the inside of the shop, because the inside of my shop is going to be white because my card base is white. And this will make a little more sense as it all comes together. Now, I do recommend doing a lot of your decorating and accessorizing before you assemble this. So do as I say, not as I do in this situation. But you'll notice as I start working with all of these die cuts, they all have the score lines already on them. When you run them through the die cut machine, it not only creates the die cut itself, but it creates the score lines that you need to assemble this pop-up shop or this Window Shoppe pop-up. So I'm going to just start by folding back on all of these score lines. So I'm folding these tabs that are on the shop base toward the back of the die cut. And I'm just reinforcing all of those folds with my bone folder to give me nice, smooth, crisp creases. Now for this awning piece, you're going to notice there are three tabs actually. The top one is the bigger tab and the bottom one is the smaller tab. So the top tab, I want to fold towards the front of the die cut. And then the bottom tab, I'm going to fold in the opposite direction toward the back of the die cut. And this piece is really different than the original Pop-Up Shoppe set because this little awning is included. Now in the other one, there was like all of this kind of like detail that you could do on the upper windows and stuff. I think this awning is so much fun. And this is what it looks like when it's folded and ready to go. So now that I have all of my score lines folded and reinforced with my bone folder, I'm going to start adding the adhesive. And I like to use a double-sided tape. A strong adhesive works best because this is going to be a moving part of your card, and you want to make sure that it's adhered securely to your card base. So I'm adding this double-sided tape on the very top tab and the very bottom tab of the main portion of the shop. And then on the back side of the top tab of the awning, I'm adding some double-sided adhesive. So I'll show you that here in just a moment. So you can see on the very top tab and the very bottom tab of the shop front, I have adhesive. And then on the back side of the top tab of the awning, I have adhesive. And now that I have all of my adhesive in place, we're ready to assemble. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the backer from this double-sided tape on the bottom tab. I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. And then I am going to grab my A2 size landscape card base. I'm going to show you here, I am just tucking back just that bottom tab. So what I want to do when I'm adding this onto my card base is tuck under that bottom tab that has the adhesive and use the score line that's created there and line that up with the very bottom of my card base. So you can see here, I have the little adhesive tab tucked under. I'm just holding it with my fingers, and then I'm lining up that fold line with the bottom edge of my card and pressing that down. So I'm going to show you what that looks like here in just a second. You can see that bottom score line is lined up with the bottom of my card, and just that tab is adhered to my card. Now that I have the bottom adhered, it's time to adhere the top of my shop base or my shop front. So I'm going to remove the backer from the adhesive on this top tab. And look at this, I am going to take this and fold this flat. It's designed to fold flat to go inside of an envelope, so that's perfectly fine. And this time I'm going to take both tabs and fold them under, press that bottom tab flat, and then press this top tab onto my card base. So I'm just folding everything flat there and adhering it to the card base. And this is what it looks like when that whole shop front is assembled on the card base. So let's finish this off by adding the awning. And this part's very easy. You're just going to remove the backer from the adhesive on that top tab of the awning. And then you're going to align this awning up with the top of your card base. So I'm just going to take it and align it with the score line of my card base. I kind of fold the shop front flat to allow me to do this a little bit easier, and then I press that down. Now I'm going to add my door to my shop front here, and quite honestly, it's probably a little bit easier if you do this before you assemble your cards. So just kind of decorate it before. I kind of wanted to show you how all of this looks when it's adhered together. So you have that awning coming down over the top of the window shop front. And then, like I mentioned, I'm just going to add my door on with a little liquid glue. Now, if you were to adhere this before you assemble it, you're just going to tuck in both of the tabs on the bottom and adhere your door flush with that score line with both the tabs tucked in. So these Window Shoppe pop-ups are so much fun because you can accessorize them any way you want. I'm just grabbing a couple of the die cuts here from the Fashion Shoppe Die Set and showing you how you can decorate these. But I think the greatest part about the Pop-Up Shoppe and the Window Shoppe Pop-Up is that they fold flat and they fit in a standard A2 size envelope. So they are really easy to mail. Now here's a look at a few of the cards that I created using the new Window Shoppe Pop-Up base dies and the Fashion Shoppe Stamp and Die Set along with the Flower Shoppe Stamp and Die Set. This first one here features just die cuts from the Window Shoppe base die set. So you can see there's a little planter, a bike. I added some greenery on my window. It also includes the architectural details as well as this bistro light string set and the little light bulbs. Here is one that I created with the Fashion Shoppe die and stamp set. You can see I have all of the little fashion accessories, and I've used that little bistro light set. I've added some colorful enamel dots to that to create kind of like a little pom-pom decoration outside of my boutique. And then finally, I have my flower shop. Now I created this one using a mixture of dies from the base set as well as the original Pop-Up Shoppe. And for that awning, I actually trimmed off the very top tab and I used it as a flat awning instead. And I used the brick along the top of this flower shop and inside the flower shop to create a fun pattern. And that's from the Flower Shop stamp set. So there you have it, a simple how-to on the assembly of the Window Shoppe Pop-Up base dies, brand new from Concord and 9th. I think these are so much fun and they are so much fun to play around with. When you add the Book Shoppe or the Bake Shop add-on, the Fashion Shop or the Flower Shop, you can really personalize these in so many ways and you can mix and match with other die sets and sentiment sets that you may already have in your collection. Now, as always, I will have links to the featured products used in this project in the description at YouTube. So if you're looking for something in particular, be sure you check there, or you can head on over to my blog at sprinkledwithglitter.com. I'll have that linked in the YouTube description as well. Over there, you'll find more still shots, more information, and a complete list of supplies. And stay tuned here because throughout the month, I will be sharing a plethora of projects that I've created using the brand new March 2023 release from Concord and 9th. Thanks so much for stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed these projects and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications here on my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my paper crafting and card making video tutorials shared here. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.